Hey my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm at Jody Sweet Treats. I'm gonna try one of their meat and cheese rolls.
Are you planning on eating it right now, or
to go would be fine, sir. Okay.
Man, we got one more cheesecake.
Wow.
We sold out of the 4 that we had.
I haven't been here in a long time.
Out of there?
There's so many. Dang. Try one of their meat snacks and a Diet Pepsi. One of their meat rolls is 80 cents a piece. We'll get a pepperoni pepper jack one and a Diet Coke for 75 cents. Yes, this is what I got from Jody Sweet Treats, and this is their pepperoni and pepper jack meat roll. That's what they call it. You could get 6 of them for like $4.50. I just got one for 80 cents. Let's try it out, see if it's any good. And now they have a lot of breakfast items. Before they're just a bait. Now they're bringing out breakfast and lunch items. So maybe I'll eventually do some other stuff on there. All that stuff. Essentially a pizza roll, but it's all homemade. Very good. Now usually when I get like pizza rolls, they cost meat roll. When I get pizza rolls, it's usually just the frozen ones. They're pre-made. This is homemade. It's really good. I have Jody Sweet Treats, pepperoni and pepper jack cheese meat roll, 8 out of 10. So I hope you liked this video. And I'm going to tell you about my history with the building, because it got reopened and it became Jody Sweet Treats after it's been closed for a while. And it's like kind of like the history with Cherry Hill Drive-In, but I know of this one a little bit more because it went through a whole bunch of different people. But this new bakery seems like it's got some good stuff. I got to start reviewing some of the breakfast items eventually in the future. So join me while I talk about my history with the building. Yeah, I'm back with the history of that building. I've known it for a while, and I probably would have shot more exteriors of the outside building, but I'm sure I'm going to be there now that they have lunch and dinner items and breakfast items now. Because before, well, I'll get into that one in a bit. Now, in order to talk about history, I got to go way back to when I used to work at a place on intersection called Betty's Kitchen. That became Connie's Kitchen. I worked there for a while, and then they went out of business in '95. And then the building was vacant for a couple of years, 2 years or so. And my one cousin, Eric, was going out with the owners of Gerard Diner, the daughter of the owner of Gerard Diner, Bridget. And they decided to reopen that place. And I guess for insurance purposes, this is something I've seen before. They had a place called Connie Pizza and Sub Shop. And then they opened up a new location, and they called it Connie Pizza and Sub Shop 2. And they did the same thing. They ended up opening it up. They play calling it Gerard Diner 2. And then it was around for a while, and they decided they wanted to open up in a bigger building. And there's this one corner place, like a half mile away. And they decided to build a huge building there. Well, not a huge building, a restaurant. They had a restaurant building with parking lot all done up and stuff like that. And they moved. We're in there, and then it lasted for a little bit. And then it kind of went out of business, and then it became Raceway. It was a Raceway Cafe. And I liked they had like the racing car theme and stuff like that. It was a kind of neat little place, and then that fell through, and it became Valenza's. It's been Valenza's ever since. Now, sometime in 2000 or 2001 or two, right close to Valenza's, we didn't have any ice cream places anymore. So we had the Bob, and then became Kimberly's restaurant in the 80s. And then in the 90s, it was, they opened up another one called Grand Slam, and then that closed down. And they built a building, it became Stepping Stone, and then that became Jim and Sue's. And we didn't have any other ice cream. They did have a place that opened up in this one building. It was, I can't remember the name of the ice cream. It was a brand new ice cream. And it was open for like a year or two, and it just didn't do. We went there once. I can't remember the name for whatever reason. And they said they were going back to old ice cream, and it lasts a year or two. I mean, a lot of businesses don't last that long in Albion. And then, so they decided to build and they made a whole little, it's a huge building, but a small building, and it became a pizza ice cream place. And then it was around for a year or two, and they had kids there, and it was kind of slap shut. And I don't think the kids that worked there ran out. I think Dad and I went there once or twice. I remember I had the first time we were having deep fried pickle spears, and when you bit into it, and then the whole pickle came out, or the breading came off, or something like that. They tasted okay though. We went there once or twice, and then that changed ownership. It went up and it changed ownership, and then I can't remember how many owners it had. And I remember they hyped up this place. This one lady said they're going to bring back good prices, good quality food, and all this other stuff. They had a big thing in the newspaper about it, the local newspaper. And she had a big opening ceremony. She said she was giving away 2 TVs and stuff like that. Opening day, no one showed up. That's just the way businesses around here are. And then, so only last year. Then the next year, I think another person owned it, and then I think that might have been last. I can't remember. He had all these different themed nights. I remember they had something like Redneck Truck Night, and he looked like he always had a ton of business. And Redneck Truck Night, I think it was like about 12 trucks. I remember Pat and I said, "Dang, guy's doing pretty good." And then he was open for that one summer and never opened up again. And then the place has been closed. That building's been closed since like 2010, maybe. And I remember doing like a little video about while I was doing like local history and stuff, saying the building's been closed for a long time. And that was in 2013. This summer, I think I saw they opened at Jody's Sweet Treats. I think I saw some activity in early July. And they opened that place up again? Said, yeah, it opened really early in the morning. I mean, before it was open they changed it around now. Yeah, it opened at 5 a.m. It was open at 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it was a bakery, and they just served bakery items. And the only thing I'm not the biggest sweets or pastry person. You know what I mean? The only thing I was really interested in trying out was pepperoni rolls, what they call, what are they at? They just called meat rolls. That's what they called them. Yeah, they call them meat rolls, but it's essentially a pepperoni ball. You know what I mean? And but it was like 4 for. I think it was like a dozen for $4.50 and stuff like that. I don't know if I want to get that many. Half a dozen. Not a dozen. Half a dozen would have been a good deal. Half a dozen for $4.50. I mean, it was still homemade. That was the only thing I was interested in, the pepperoni and pepper jack cheese. That was the only thing that interested me. And then when I went down there Friday, just stopped in there. I was still stuffed. That was after coming home from Cherry Drive. I just decided to stop there and look. I decided to get one. And they were 80 cents a piece. I was stuffed from that one burger and stuff. And that was pretty much. And I found out that I just thought they just did a bakery. I was interested just those pepperoni balls or meat rolls, I think what they call them. And I found they do a lot of lunch and dinner items now because they said that they got a flat grill and something else, and they said they had to clean it up and stuff like that. So it took a while, and then they're doing breakfast item and lunch and dinner, and they're going to be open. It's not like it'd be a summer thing, open through the winter. And they only have a thing with their cinnamon rolls being like the talk of the town. I might try one eventually, maybe, but I didn't feel like trying one this time. I probably should have got one, but I really wasn't. Didn't really want to try any, but they have some decent. I think they changed some of their price. They got homemade cookies. I might 2 for $1. I might try that sometime. I always like chocolate chip. But I would definitely, like I said, I was talking about, going back. I was probably something a little more extent. I mean, it's not really a lot to show with that building, but that's pretty much it for the history of the building. I don't, and I actually walked by there, and in July, and some of the stuff is. Some of the prices don't look too bad. I mean, I'm definitely got my peak. I definitely want to try the Hamburg. And they got some other thing, Monster Balls. The Italian has at $7. It's kind of hard to see. The folder right there. And it's the Italian Monster Ball. It's pepperoni, salami, ham, mozzarella, pepper jack, red onion, tomato, green pepper, served with zesty Italian dressing. Remember, that actually sounds interesting for $7. I mean, they're pretty big. It's like a equivalent of like a calzone type thing, but like a calzone mixed with a pepperoni ball. Might be alright. And they got some other items, and the breakfast items look good, but they said serve before 10 a.m. I don't know if they still have those or not. I have to ask. If they have breakfast items all day, that would be great. You know what I mean? And they got hoagies. Maybe you get a hoagie or something like that. Sometimes some of the stuff sounds alright. So I hope you like this little video. Well, a long video now, because I talked about the history. The history is what really did it. And as far as like the building intersection that used to be Betty's Kitchen, that I worked at, it became Gerard Diner 2, and then it became Parker's, where this one girl married this guy, and the one girl. I didn't get along with her at all, old lady. I didn't get along with her at all. That only lasted like 6 months because they got divorced because no one could stand her. And then it became the Mennonites ran it, and that was fantastic because they used to have like these breakfast specials for like $1.50. Some of these breakfast I'd get to go. I'd get something for me and Dad. Surprise my dad for breakfast. Run down there, they'd have like some of you get like egg, bacon, and toast for $1.50. I mean a single egg, like 2 strips of bacon toast for $1.50. That was a really good deal. Or they have like a single sausage with sausage gravy over biscuit for like $1.52. I mean, this was back in 2000 or something like that. And that place was fantastic. That was around for like 3 years. And then this other lady that used to took over. And it used to be, and then, well, the nice thing was that this building used to be a post office, a real tiny post office, and right next to it was a gift shop. When I started working there at Betty, it was still that, and then they had the gift shop and then she ended up going out of business in the gift shop though, and selling a bunch of stuff. It had like gift shop and cards and stuff like that. And then that building was vacant. When it was Connie's Kitchen, it was this one girl that was there. She was selling like these statues and stuff, so she did ceramic stuff, and they were fantastic. And they had a little bit like that. And then that was just, they kept it as storage. The last lady owned it I don't know if the Mennonites, I think the Mennonites might open up the other half too and made one section smoking and one non-smoking. But then that one lady who opened up made like a breakfast buffet in the next room with a big steamed. That was fantastic. We used to go there all the time. We went to the Mennonites too. They had some good food. A lot of just breakfast stuff pretty much. And that was fantastic. And then of course, after 2-3 years, that went out of business. And it was closed for a while. And then this one guy, there's apartments up above though. The apartments are still there, but just the lower buildings. This guy, I remember they had like a little garage sale going there. This one guy opened it up, and it became like a thrift store, and he called it indoor yard sale place. And I did a video inside there, maybe 1 or 2. I did a video covering the whole place. Back in 2014, I thought it was pretty cool. And then at 2015, I remember around October. Well, the guy had like a thing. He even had like a big etching on the thing, and he would like. It would be open up sometimes, usually the weekend, whenever he's able to. And then I was filming stuff, that one building I do the Halloween displays for. And, what was I going to say? Halloween displays for him. And I saw it was all, he took the etching down, it was all like boarded up, and I saw him. And I said, what's going on? And he said, like, well, I said, I don't have the time to really run that, so I decided to shut it down. Okay, and it's been down ever since. So I hope you like this complete history. The history is longer than the review of the food itself. I knew it would be. So I hope you like this video. Until next time, everybody, please take care of my legion. And it involved the history of some other buildings too. So take care, everybody.